Hey guys, welcome to today's update. In this update, I'll be talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some alts which you guys can watch in this hyped up market. If I look at Bitcoin's chart, you guys can clearly see that Bitcoin made a local, or I would say this might be a permanent bottom as well, which was made around somewhere around 15,000 to $15,800, and post that we kept on seeing an higher high and an higher high with some equal lows. The most interesting part about Bitcoin was that every imbalance which was created in the chart after the impulsive downside move which we saw got rebalanced locally with an interim supply which we are currently sitting at. Technically, if you look at the chart, we've seen some major upside move, and at the same time, we currently have seen in the last 2 months, the only thing which we've witnessed is next level pump. If you guys look at Bitcoin's chart on a 1 day time frame, you guys will only see the pump has been massive, and I think very soon we might tend to see that retail FOMO can start to kick in. I think it has already started to kick in. However, the ones who had accumulated the dip from this sell side liquidity was quite right. Why? Because the same thing kept on happening. You see, the same supply which Bitcoin had somewhere around 30 to $31,000 was tested thrice and more than that as well. And the moment we start to fall from there, all coins started to bleed very badly in that last crash. Why, right after that, we were not having a typical scenario where we could anticipate what the move is going to be. However, the move was quite impulsive, and not only impulsive move, it was not even followed by any rebalance which we can see. The move was completely impulsive, and at the same time, this parabolic move has laid or brought bitcoins to somewhere around 38 to $38,500, and we are currently witnessing a slowdown over here. However, if you look at the move currently, I must say that the move is very bullish, but at the same time, to rebalance the whole move and to retrace shorts out, market might tend to push a little more above that, and this is the black supply zone which I've currently drawn. Now this black supply zone might act as a good supply. The reason being, this same previous zone has been a good weekly supply, so we might tend to expect a huge reaction from this zone. If not, the market might do something which is not even expected, and the crypto market is quite great at doing that. So expect 39 to $41,000 to be the local top as of now. Wait for Bitcoin to retrace to somewhere around 20 to 30%. I am personally am expecting somewhere around 31,000 to $33,000. If not, do not accumulate any altcoin as of now or take a FOMO entry, and just simply avoid futures, because the market might simply deleverage you. And the reason why I am saying that I am starting, or I just tend that, or I anticipate that the market might react from here, because you see a huge order block over here, and post that we saw a huge impulsive move carried on with a huge consolidation, which was a small time consolidation on a 1 day time frame, but bigger one on a 4 hour time frame, and then again we saw a huge impulsive move. So every move needs to be rebalanced. The rebalancing part has been done, and every inefficiency has been filled out. This is all about Bitcoin. If you talk about those levels, the only levels which you guys need to watch out for is 39 to $41,000, and at the same time, just watch for this supply which is now got converted into a good demand zone. So just watch out for this. If this gets mitigated, start to accumulate alls in good size over here. Talking about Ethereum, you guys can understand and witness that recently, from the last 4 or 5 days, Ethereum has been pumping massively. And if you look at the chart and the drawings which I had made, this is a weekly overhead bearish supply, and we are currently sitting right at that. We might again see a reaction over here by taking out some longs which were then kicked in inside the market after seeing this impulsive move, and at the same time, all these centralized exchanges are going to liquidate the short side as well by bringing a massive move to the upside. This same supply has been mitigated more than thrice, And this is the fourth or fifth time that we are mitigating this, and we might pierce this level out quite easily after looking at the strength which I can see from the current chart of Ethereum. And if that happens, then tend to understand the money is simply coming out of Bitcoin. If the Bitcoin dominance starts to fall, Bitcoin's money is coming into Ethereum, and post that it is gonna flow into alts. The major alts are already pumping. So if you talk about Ethereum from a level to level point of view, just wait for 2100 to be breached. Once that's done, with some good consolidation around that, we can see a huge impulsive move. Personally, I believe Ethereum is anyways bullish from a longer perspective. From a shorter perspective, do not think about accumulating Ethereum now. Wait for the market to present or to basically give you good levels. If not, just simply stay cash out and do not just invest your by letting that FOMO kick in. If I talk about some alts which you guys can notice, as of now there are going to be three alts. The first one being synthetics, the second one being sand, and the third one is going to be optimism. I think layer 2 has not started pumping, and optimism can be the one. I'll even open up the chart. Optimism has a great consolidation with a strong base building. It did react from this zone, which was my risk to reward ratio, and at the same time it is in the midway through. It is generating more liquidity out of this. We might see a good retracement out here, and that retracement is not going to be that massive like the way we used to notice or basically see in the previous bear market. However, from an entry perspective, I would prefer entering OP again around somewhere around 1.5 to 1.6 with just 50% allocation, and letting that 50 or the rest of the 50 accumulation being done somewhere around 1.2 to 1.3 if Bitcoin starts to retrace. My second crypto, the one which I was talking about, was Sand. And you see, Mana has pumped a lot. However, when it comes to Sand, Sand has not pumped that much. Mana and Sand, these two cryptos connecting out with Axie Infinity, these three are the cryptos which are the leaders of the metaverse space. And metaverse and the GameFi sector has not seen that of a large inflow inside the market. So the thing which you guys need to understand, and which you guys need to follow, is the money is gonna get sucked out of somewhere, and the money is gonna get flown and infused inside a different space, and that different space is going to metaverse very soon. If you guys are early to a crypto or to any investment which you guys make, you guys can simply enjoy the impulsive move. But there's no point of being late to the party by making an entry which is simply late, and you being then exit liquidity to all of these institutional banks. That does not make any sense. Rather, just try buying at this zone again with a 50 or 40% accumulation around this, and try to accumulate more when it goes or tries to retest or tries to mitigate the previous zone or the previous demand zone of somewhere around 30 cents to 35 cents. So that with that, I am basically I am anticipating another pullback of 10 to 15% in Sand as well. And the last crypto which I was talking about was OP was done, Sand is done, and the last one is synthetics. And I think when it comes to the DeFi sector, it has been bullish. Phantom has started to pump, and Phantom has witnessed a huge impulsive move as well. When it comes to this, I am expecting a huge leap out here as well. Do not accumulate everything or your all size here. Do not size up here as well if you are already entered inside synthetics. However, this is a little volatile, so you guys need to stay cautious about that. You guys can accumulate here with a 30 to 20% allocation. The allocation for this is going to be a little less. Wait for 2.2 or 2.3 level, that zone. I think 2.2 to 2.3 dollars is a good zone to accumulate synthetics. And post that, you can literally wait for a month for all of these three cryptos to bounce and to give you a swing long of somewhere around, or a swing gain of somewhere around 20 to 30%. This is it for today's update. I'll see you guys in the next video with the next and a new update.